Hello everybody! Welcome to Elite Dangerous. I know there's been a few people, only a few though, who have really said over and over again, hey Mathis, I'd really love to see some more Elite Dangerous, and it's something I've been wanting to do for a while, but my biggest gripe, or not gripe, but my biggest concern rather, is that Elite Dangerous might not make for a good full series. And the reason that is because it's considered in quote-unquote Beta 1. We're still quite a few months away from the official release of the game, and with it being in Beta 1, it just means there's not a whole host of things that I could consider doing for an entire series. That being said, I do feel like my Judge Mathis of it was only able to scratch just the tip of the iceberg of what even the beta can provide as far as entertainment is concerned. So I decided I'm gonna go ahead and do a mini series, like 7 to 14 episodes, like a week or 2 weeks worth of stuff for you guys to watch and enjoy, hopefully. That also being said, I have also kind of delayed and put this off because there were a couple of things I wasn't entirely sure I was going to be able to do. The biggest one being editing. So this game can have a lot of downtime. There can be a lot of just wandering space and stuff. And taking out that boring stuff and doing the editing actually takes a whole bunch of time to do. Time that I personally don't really have right now because of my current schedule. And I was at the quandary of, well, I also don't want to misrepresent the game, because if I edit out all the boring parts, people are going to think it's just high action all the damn time, when it's really not. That really undersells what this game is all about. So, for your sake, I'm actually going to be giving you raw, uncut, unedited footage and gameplay of Elite Dangerous in its current Beta 1 for you to take a look at. And if it interests you, you can go grab it. If it doesn't, you don't have to. I also will be starting with the basic ship, and I'm going to set a mini goal of upgrading our ship. That is going to be the goal, to upgrade our ship, and that hopefully will be what we get to do before the end of this little mini series. I'm also all the way back in the starter city, so you can see what the starter city looks like, where you end up starting in as far as space is concerned, and we'll go over in detail just a little bit more about the ship and the controls. So right now we're in a starport city called Azaban. Azaban is a starter city. I believe it's in Alliance space or Federation space, and you start off, everybody gets a free Sidewinder. That's what the ship is called. In the bottom right hand corner, which we can actually take a look at, possibly right there. That right there is the Sidewinder, right in the bottom right hand side. What we're gonna do is we're gonna try and make this as exciting as possible. We're gonna be playing as smugglers, as bandits, as scavengers. We're not gonna be doing straight trade routes. We're gonna be heading over into anarchy controlled space where there's no law, and we're going to be trying to find signal sources that potentially have loot dropped by players or NPCs or just sitting there. We'll try to fight other players who are possibly of our combat range, or we'll try and attack haulers who are basically just cargo ships, to try and kill them and take their shit if we possibly can, and then go sell it off and make some money in the process, and maybe explore a little bit more of space in the process. But in order to do that, we're gonna have to get out of here. So first, let's get out of here. Last bit of spiel before we really do get started, though, is what I'm using to play. I think that's important. So a lot of people are like, Mathis, this game has voice controls? That's awesome. No, I am using two external things to make my game more immersive. The first and simplest is I'm using an HOTAS, a hand-on throttle and stick system. It is basically a joystick and a throttle, two separate pieces. I'm using the Cytec X52, not the X52 Pro, and it is more than enough and more than awesome than I need. You can get it used for like between 50 and 100 bucks. Brand new, it's like 150 bucks, which is the one I ended up grabbing myself off Amazon. It was a little bit of a sale when I ended up getting it. This is a wonderful, wonderful stick system. It's nice and sturdy, and it really just does everything I want it to. That being said, I'm also using a separate program on my computer called Voice Attack. What Voice Attack does is it converts my text or my speech rather, to commands within the game. So if I say a particular command, hopefully the computer will understand me, it'll do what I tell it to, and it'll give me some sort of confirmation that it did it, and we'll move on. And I always like to start off by saying hello, so let's get this underway. Hello, computer.
Greetings, Commander. What is your command?
Alright, let's get out of here. Let's launch. What's on the menu for today, computer?
Pirating, bounty hunting, some space trucking perhaps?
Bounty hunting sounds fun.
Some good old-fashioned space justice. How could I say no?
Now, I'm hoping that, that the, Fraps is picking up the program. Otherwise, it just sounds like I'm talking to myself. Ah, we're right at the front of the city. That's beautiful. Gear up.
Landing gear retracted.
Let's go. Thank you, computer.
I aim to please.
I know you do. All right, so we're outside. One of the things that I have said many times is that the audio, the audio for this game is bar none amazing. It gives you that sci-fi feel. I adore it. We'll get a quick look at the city. It looks like a rolling D20. Let's see if we can get a better view. Boost. Beautiful. All right, once we get a pull a good distance away here, we left the new fire zone. We'll bring our speed down, and we can actually take a look at what this place looks like. It's a beautiful floating city. There's lore involved. I actually talk a bit about the lore in my Judge Mathis about why it rotates and stuff. That hollow target that just went whipping by us is a player. And I'm curious, did he stop? We'll go ahead and target him. He is Commander Backer. He's clean. So he's another player who didn't change his name yet. If somebody targets me, it should say Commander Mathis. So first, let's take a look at what is he? Is he coming back? No, he's long gone. I think he jumped. So first thing is we got to get out of here. So let's take a look around. As you can see, the entirety of the cockpit is rendered. We can look up, we can look down. If you have a Oculus Rift, this game does work with Oculus Rift, though it does take some finicking stuff to mess around with, I'm told. We got like all of our supplies and stuff and our body right here. Now, your body does move with your input. And what's cool is that actually the throttle and the stick uses the X52 as a model, as far as I understand. It looks exactly like my X52 stick and my throttle. And if I press buttons, it'll go ahead and press the buttons as I do it. So we got the Sidewinder just kind of looking kind of cool. One of the things we need to do, though, is get the hell out of here. So if we look over here, one of the menus will pop up. But we're going to pop up in the galaxy map, and we're going to see how the quickest way to get to an anarchy system from where we are is going to be. All right, so we are currently within the Eridan system right here. This is, as you can see, where we are. Where we want to go is... Where do we want to go? So we can't directly jump from where we are to here. That's what this gray line is. The reason we can't make this jump is because our ship isn't capable of doing it. It's a Sidewinder. In fact, a lot of these systems within this bubble, by the way, the bubble is what the beta is restricted to right now, are very hard to reach, if not impossible to reach in our current ship, which is one of the big reasons I want to get out of this place. So we can actually go over here. This is an extraction zone and anarchy system. So we can actually head right over to LP98132. It's an anarchy system. Let's see if there's any other anarchy systems. We got Morgor. It's an anarchy system. I don't think I've ever been there. And from there, well, why don't we take a nice long trip? Let's make our goal Morgor, but let's go to LP first, and then we'll work our way up and down, something we can end up doing. So let's go ahead and click on this. So we're going to be going there. We can get out of this, no problem. Let's go ahead and take a look. So right on this thing, we can go ahead and look for LP something or other. There it is. So it's already locked because we clicked on it in the galaxy map. As you can see, if we turn our ship over this way, we can see it. We'll just go ahead and kick our engines up. Let's actually put full power to engines here. Power to engines.
Power engines.
There we go. We'll move a little bit faster. And once we get far, I don't think we're mass locked. Let's see. Hyperdrive. Frame shift. Okay, we are mass locked. So mass locked is if you're too close to a planet or a big like space station, the whole building, the whole thing will just lock you down. You're not allowed to hit anything. But you actually could have looked over here, where it actually shows my fuel right on the right hand side, bottom right. Mass lock, landing gear, and a cargo scoop are all available for you to see if they're preventing you from hitting hyperdrive. So, oh, there we go. It took my command, actually. So let's go ahead and move on. And let's see if we can find something. Something to scoop up. Here we go. I'm excited. Here we go. As everything melts away. That was actually a beautiful transition from normal impulse engines to hyperdrive. Sometimes it'll lag. Beta is beta. I know they've been working on that, and one of the most recent patches does attempt to address that. But I don't think we'll see any massive improvements until Beta 2. So we get dropped out in the system right in front of the star near the nav beacon, but we're not dropped out at Impulse. We're dropped out in something called Super Cruise. Super Cruise is like, I guess, hyperdrive light. It is meant for traveling within a star system, but not between star systems. So from here, we can go to pretty much everywhere in the area at a decent speed. So we have Freeport here, which is going to be an anarchy system. If we we can lock on that and move that way. But let's lock Freeport for now. We'll lock Freeport, which is dead ahead, but we're not going to go to Freeport. We're actually going to scour the system for something called unknown signals. And unknown signals can provide you a whole bunch of wonderful treasure, which is what we're looking for. And if we can get a good amount of treasure, we can go sell it off at Freeport, or maybe we can come across somebody that's like a hauler or something, and we can shoot him down and take his cargo, all that wonderful stuff. While you're within Super Cruise, I actually cannot reallocate my power anywhere, so that's not going to be something that we can do. We're going to come up on Freeport really quick. We got to be careful not to head directly for it, because collisions can happen. In fact, let's just head to a planet. Let's head to a planet. So this planet right here, we'll see if we can get it. And you will hear in the background like booms, very distant booms and stuff. Usually those booms that you're hearing. Let's slow the F down. Unidentified signal source will move in over here. Those booms are players hitting hyperdrive or other NPCs hitting hyperdrive. So this unidentified signal source could be one of many things. It could be an NPC we're gonna have to go to combat with. It could be another. It could be just loot sitting on the ground. The bottom left is gonna. Ooh, there's a couple, but we're only gonna be able to get to one. Bottom left is gonna show distance and speed. I am only allowed to drop out of hyperdrive once I'm within the blue speed range, and I want to be within the blue range for distance in order to come out at the unidentified signal source. So you got to kind of measure both of them. We hopefully are going to be okay. Now, I have read experiences that multiple players have come across the same unidentified signal source in the past. I always like to come out of these unidentified signal sources prepared for combat. You really never know what you're going to come across. They're like the random encounters of this game. Again, more booming happening. Alright, we're coming up on it pretty quickly. We can actually kind of crank our speed up just a bit, just to try and get there a little bit faster. Alright, it's telling us to slow down, so I'm going to slow down. Come on, bring it down. Drop to impulse.
Dropping to impulse.
I think we got it. Alright. Balance.
Power balance.
Deploy hard points.
Hard points deployed.
Weapons are out. Good. Alright, let's take a look. Could be... Is there nothing here? Nothing's coming up on our immediate radar. Let's take a look at if we have any contacts in the area. Really? Could be that a player kind of jumped on this already. Well, that's a disappointing adventure there. Safe mode.
Hard points retracted.
Power to engines.
Power engines.
Now let's hit Super Cruise. Let's do it. We'll go navigation. Lock in Super Cruise. So we should just be able to go right back into Super Cruise. We don't have to lock in on anything.
Ready to engage. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Alright. Back into Super Cruise, and we'll keep looking, I guess. Anarchy systems are usually decent. There's another player in Super Cruise. If we take a quick look at him, that blue light that's moving, that is another player. Aha! Unidentified signal source. We'll try and make our way there. Hopefully we'll get a little something something. Usually you want like gold or something really, really hard to come across or valuable. I do have $7,000 in the bank from just previous play sessions. Hopefully we'll be able to do something with it. Alright, we're going to slow the F down. I didn't realize we're hitting it super hard, super fast. Come on. I am going so fast right now. Yeah, okay, now my engines decided to kick it down a notch. Alright, there it is. So we just need to get a little closer. Kick our engines up a little bit. Again, get kind of ready. You never know what's going to be in here. Another bound big boom. There's actually a couple unidentified signal sources right next to each other. Okay, we're within good speed. Now we just got to get within good distance. Keep on waiting. We're almost there. Drop to impulse.
Dropping to impulse.
Deploy hard points.
Hard points deployed.
Balance.
Power balanced.
All right. Let's. Okay. Well, we've got a couple of targets. Keeping that in mind, I'm going to drop up my engines here. Let's take a quick scan. Cobra Mark III. 2 Cobra Mark IIIs, typically pirates. Conrad Fry. Cordelia Connors. Okay. 2 Cobras are a bit too much, unfortunately. I don't think he's doing anything. Cordelia Connors has deployed hard points. Are they going to fight each other? They might be having a conversation. Yep, they're going to fight each other. We'll go ahead and jump in on the side of the other person. Cordelia did deploy hard points first. So let's see what we can make off with. I doubt that we're going to get anything out of this, unfortunately.
Target shields offline.
Okay, they have no more shields. Now we kind of have to wait a little bit. They have a surge detected, but their shields are kind of recharging a bit slowly. We don't have to even go that far. They're kind of more focused on each other. What is that? What was that? Let's go ahead and kick up the power a bit and start pursuing. I don't want the other guy to be done. There, his freaking, his hull's taking a hell of a beating. We only have pulse lasers. We have the beginner weapons. One of the things we might want to focus on is getting weapons on our Sidewinder before we worry about a new ship. His shields are going to go back up. 87% hull. Jesus, man. It's a bit crazy. Luckily, we do have, we're working with another Cobra. And the Cobra can do some good stuff. Oh, he's firing missiles. That's what that is. Oh, shit, man. Oh, God. Oh, Jesus.
Target destroyed.
Well, there goes Cordelia Connors. Let's hope this guy doesn't plan on attacking us. Oh, hey, buddy. He's scanning me. Combat shields.
Combat shields.
All right, he scanned me. I think he might have been the pirate, to be honest. He could have scanned her. But he's clean. He has nothing. He didn't get a bounty from that. Ooh, damn. And that's warp drive, ladies and gents. Well, safe mode.
Hard points retracted.
That was, I don't want to say uneventful, but that was an interesting, non-profitable fight. So we'll go ahead and hit back into Super Cruise here. And we will engage Super Cruise. Let's get back out there and see if we can find something else to make us some money.
4, 3, 2, 1.
All right. Oops, I keep pressing that button accidentally. I'm going to have to readjust my joystick a bit just to kind of get that out of there. So that's Freeport. We're definitely going to stop at Freeport before we bounce. Purely for refueling, if we even need it, because we were spending a lot of fuel just kind of driving around Super Cruise. We could...
Dropping to impulse.
Too fast, safe... What? What? I think it thought I said... Oh, it thought okay, it actually recognized the saying drop Super Cruise, so it thinks I wanted to get out of Super Cruise. I didn't know that was a command it recognized. I'm using a profile that was not preset by myself, by someone else. So let's go ahead and lock onto this and make our way towards this planet again. I do plan on doing a little bit of exploring within this series too, so you guys can see a little bit of some of the cooler aspects of the current beta with the planets and stuff. And hopefully with the new ship, I'll be able to show you guys some cool stuff. As far as other spaceports are concerned, I can travel a little bit further. I will take a look at some new weapons too. I'm going to want to see if I can replace some of the weapons I have. Oh. Unidentified signal source. Let's go ahead and make our way over there. Distance is coming up pretty quickly. Speed, on the other hand, we are still going pretty fast. Thinking about dropping our speed soon. We'll see. This voice program actually is quite nice to have while I'm doing the recording, because it's actually letting me know if I'm enunciating well enough. Whoop, we're being interdicted. This is never a good thing, especially in anarchy space. It means it's a pirate. What interdiction is, real quickly, is hang on. Deploy hard points.
Hard points deployed.
Balance.
Power balanced.
Holy shit. I don't have cargo, dude. How many pirates are you gonna jump at me? Alright, so interdiction is when... Okay, time to go. Interdiction is when people pull you out of hyperspace to do whatever. Sometimes it's cops that want to give you a scan. Sometimes it's pirates who want to steal your shit. It's never players, because that's not till beta 2. Missile. Combat shields.
Combat shields.
Safe mode. Oh no! Wow! Wow. 4 sidewinders, some of which had missiles. Well, that was unfortunate. I should have started trying to run. I was too busy trying to talk. We're going to take our free sidewinder, because that's all we've been playing with for now. We'll confirm. We'll load back in. It's going to send us back to Azaban City. We'll head back to Freeport, though, and mess around a bit. But I think it's a good first episode to give you a very small idea of to what's capable so far at this level, even with just a sidewinder. Next episode, we'll take a look at some weapons. We'll try to head back there, and I think we'll do some more hunting for unknown signal sources and hope that we come across something worth it. Luckily, or hopefully rather, we'll make a little bit of money as episodes progress. The better the weapons we get, the more money we're going to be able to make, because we'll be able to take on bigger and better enemies if we get pulled out like that. If we were in a better ship, 4 sidewinders would have been a joke, but it was just 4 sidewinders that we couldn't do anything with. Couldn't fight them. So yeah, interdiction, just a quick recap. Basically, what it allows the NPCs to do is to yank you out of Super Cruise and do whatever. Sometimes it's cops scanning you for illegal stuff. Sometimes it's pirates like that trying to kill you. In Beta 2, players will be able to interdict as well. They are looking at doing different mechanics. The current interdiction methods are obviously very superficial. It's random. Interdictions will be something that you will be able to see coming and try and avoid while you're traveling in Super Cruise. It'll be something you can set up as a trap. They talk vaguely about how they want to do it, but we won't see exactly how it's done until it's implemented. So we'll see. All right, well, we'll wrap this sucker up. Thank you guys so much for coming by. I hope you enjoyed it. New series like this, I'm very, very curious what you guys think. Hopefully you're going to enjoy it. I really like this game so far, and I really think it could be a fun series, even if it is a little unedited. I think seeing the whole thing from start to finish for you guys, just raw as it is, could be super fun. So let me know in the comments, and by throwing a like or a dislike or whatever it ends up being. Thank you guys for stopping by, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.